setting up a Pages document. So we're going to open up the app here. And if you've never created a Pages document before, this will be pretty empty. What you might have is the Getting Started page, but you might not, and that's okay too. Just very basic information. So to start a document, you want to go up to the plus sign here in the upper left-hand corner and hit Create Document. And it should give you some options, right? Just like in Microsoft Word, you have some templates here, and almost always you want to choose blank. And this is just your standard word processing page that you would see in any of these types of programs like Microsoft Word. And you can see at the very top toolbar, they already have it set to Helvetica and 12-point font. Right, this is the font here. You could make it larger or smaller. So if I press this A here with my finger, it's going higher, but we like 12-point font. That's MLA formatting asks for 12-point. And you have a lot of the standard features in this toolbar, so you can make things bold, you can italicize when you have to italicize a title, underline, and here you can change the alignment. So right now you can see the cursor is at the left because it's on left alignment, so when I type everything will be there on the left. If I wanted to change it, I would just click up here and I could make it centered. If I need to do a title first, right, I could move it to the center and then it'll have everything right here. And now I'm going to move it back. Aside from the title, we never do center alignment. Now let's say we have to make our essay double-spaced. Well, all of those types of... So I click on that, and I can see that there are 3 different sections: Style, List, and Layout. And under Style, I have my different fonts. I can change it to a different size here. So I could have done it over here, but I can also do it up here. If my professor says you must do Times New Roman, I can find Times New Roman here, and I can change it to Times New Roman. If I want to use a different color ink, I can do that. I can make all of those options. And now I'm going to go back, and I can see what else I have here. It's a standard type of style that I can choose. If I need to make a list, I will go there, and I can do a bulleted list, a numbered list. And for layout, there's our spacing. So I can make it double spaced right here. And it's easiest if I do that at the very beginning before I even type anything. And at this point, it should be pretty much ready to go. If I wanted to make sure that my margins were 1 inch, I could go to this wrench here in the corner and go to Document Setup. This, by the way, is where I can email a document as well under Share and Print, but we'll get to that some other time. And under Document Setup, you see that there are it's kind of hard to see in this video, but there are lines here outlining the margins, and I can just move them around to change the margin. So here, if I wanted it to be 1.88 margins for some reason on the left, I can change it. Or I can move it back to 1 inch margins, which that's the typical MLA formatting is 1 inches. So that's the way I like it. If I wanted to add a header or a footer, I wanted to add page numbers, for instance, I could do that there, but I'm not going to worry about any of that. But you see how page numbers just comes up as an option, so I could add the page numbers if I wanted to. Okay. And so my document is good to go. And what's great about Pages, in particular in this app, is that it automatically is saving everything I do. So I'm never going to end up in that situation where I worked on it and forgot to save it and I lose it. It's always going to be there. It automatically saves. Now the one thing is we haven't given our document a name yet, right? This is different from the title you put at the top of your page. This is naming the document. And the reason you want to name it is because they're normally just called blank and then however many number of blank documents you have. So right now I have 7. But look at all of these documents I have. Can you imagine if they were all called blank? It would be very confusing for me. So to name this document, I can just click on where it says blank right on this page and I can change it. And I can call it, essay 1, for instance. And now it's saved and it's exactly what I need it to be. So I have this document. I'm going to pull up our syllabus for our class. And I want to email it to my friend. So all I have to do is hit share and print and email document. And I get an option here. I can send it as an email as a Pages document, or a PDF, which means I won't be able to edit it, or a Word document. Now, unless you have other Apple computers on which you have Pages as a program, you probably want to save it as a Word document. Unless you're submitting it to me for a grade, in which you want to submit it as a PDF so I can make comments on it, okay? So for this one, I'm going to submit it as a PDF. And I just hit PDF, and here's an email with my document attached there. And all I have to do is add the email address of the person I want to send it to, and I'm good to go. So there's just some basics for navigating Pages.